Mayor?
Yes, good evening, everybody. First, I'd like to discuss something that we've been looking at for quite some time. Early on in my administration, we were looking at installing solar panels on our landfill. At the time, our best offer was $125,000 annually. So we've since revisited the idea of installing those, and our potential has doubled. So we have an offer on the table for $250,000 annually, which is double the amount that was first offered. And that's not to say that we're going to go with that offer. I would encourage our council members to continue to research and look at all the new legislation that's been passed at the state to see if we can get that number even higher. So we are moving in the right direction. I do feel, though, as though that we will have panels on that landfill, and that will be an added revenue to this town. Again, 250 is a nice number, but I'd like to see an even better number. Hopefully we'll get that, and if not, you know, we'll be making some sort of decision, some sort of determination within the next 2 months or so as to how we should proceed. So I want to thank the council members who've been working on me with this, including the current 6th Ward Councilman John Roman, he's the what is your title there, John? Chairman of the
Mayor, I am the chairman, but I look to Ralph a lot.
Chairman of the Chairman of the Landfill Committee. So thank you for working with us on this, John. We appreciate it, and I look forward to moving this project forward.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
The next thing I'd like to report on is the Linden Roselle Sewage Authority. You've been hearing me talk for the last month about a user occupancy agreement that we've been trying to establish there with a company called Aries Energy. Now, Aries will be processing sludge and creating a charcoal byproduct that can be used for a number of different things, such as fertilizer and other products. Again, we've been working very hard on establishing a user occupancy agreement. Just somehow, anything we try to do in government, we get kind of caught up. There's all kinds of legalese and all kinds of things, roadblocks that stop us from moving at the speed that we'd like to. So I'm hoping next month to be able to come back and report to the people in the city that we have signed that user occupancy agreement and we're moving forward so that the city can see that it's upwards of $370,000 annual revenue. So we're looking forward to that, as well as the solar project moving forward, so that we can get those revenues into our into our budget, and we can help to reduce taxes again next year. Moving right along, I'd like to congratulate our Board of Education, new Board of Education elected commissioners, Patrick Gargano, Doris Johnson, and Mary Anthony Manganello. It is my sincere hope that we can work together towards a common goal of reducing taxes. I'd also like to concentrate on seeing to that money makes it down to the classroom. I mean, it's one thing to save money, but it's another thing to spend it wisely. So our goal is to save money, and when we have to spend money, that it reaches the classroom where it's needed most. And that's our young people, our children, who are our future. So looking forward to working with everyone as we move this city forward with the idea of reducing taxes or stabilizing taxes so that we can all afford to stay here. I'd like to congratulate Lisa Ormond on her reelection, and like to congratulate Armando Medina on his reelection, and I'd like to congratulate Michelle Yamakaitis on her being elected council president-elect. She will be our first female council president. And once again, in Linden, a little place called Linden, New Jersey, we continue to make history. And that is historical, to have our first female council president. It's something to be commended. It just goes to show that the people in Linden are very progressive thinking people. Moving right along, I'd like to thank everybody who came out and voted. Voting is it's a right that sometimes we take for granted. We shouldn't. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out and voting for me. Being the mayor, I'm honored to be the mayor of this town, and I'm going to have 4 more years to continue to try to move it forward. I'm not a perfect mayor, but I will say this. My heart is in this town. I'm committed to moving it forward for everybody. When you see me out there fighting hard to get people elected, and you see me fighting hard to get myself reelected, it's because I have a vision, and that vision is to move this city forward for the good of all of our residents. And I believe that we can do it. So I always say, thank you, residents, for electing me, because if it wasn't for you, there'd be no me. So in closing, I'd like to say thank you again, and may you all have a happy Thanksgiving. God bless you all.
Thank you, Mayor.